Welcome to yet another episode of Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Davia Chambers, and today we're at Villa Joie de Vivre in Mount Irvin, a great location for your next Tobago holiday with breathtaking views of the Buku Reef Bay. Come along with us as we tour this property in the next half hour. We'll also bring you details on the major events happening right here in Tobago, starting with this week's headlines. The hunting season is on and the public is being asked to hunt responsibly. The police service journeys to Mason Hall as they continue their series of community town meetings. And later, we'll take you to the popular Blue Food Festival, which turned 20 this year. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Do stay with us.
Times. Yeah. Summer garden, 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 yeah, summer garden.
The term joie de vivre translates into the joy of living, and it's the perfect phrase to describe this villa. The property is designed to incorporate the local charm of Tobago while providing modern furnishings. In our first story, we are right in the middle of the rainy season here in the Caribbean. Now, this can mean rainstorms and even hurricanes, which can lead to flooding. However, officials are being applauded for their proactivity after timely drainage works in several communities across the island. Here's more.
A husband and wife are praising the Tobago House of Assembly's Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment for its proactive action taken prior to the height of the rainy season by clearing drains, particularly in the lowlands area, which has been prone to flooding, especially for this family.
From the time 1996, the hotel bill, we started flooding because I understand they cut off the water and put ponds across there to collect the water, but the ponds wasn't sending off the water to the other pond, and the water used to back up, and from then we started to flood out until last year.
The Drainage Task Force has been clearing drains in flood-prone areas across Tobago. Eliza and Edith King, who reside in Hubert King Trace lowlands and who experienced flooding up to late last year, are now grateful to the Tobago House of Assembly.
Our last flooding was in December, and 3 times. The one before that was in October, just imagine, and then December 3 times it flooded again. Well, I thank you all so much for opening here, because Thursday, Friday and Saturday, the water is running here real heavy, and none didn't come in. So I'm thankful for that.
Well, we want to say thanks because with all the rain, no flood. And went across there and see the work they did, and we give God all the praise and all the thanks for the chief sec and all the people who work and come about. Otto Isaac, he came, and from that, no flood.
Other areas that have been cleared and are being monitored include Alfred Croissant, Milford Road, Turtle Beach, Black Rock, Scarborough, Friendsfield Branch Road, Roxborough, Delaford, Speyside and Charlottesville. Secretary of the Division, Councillor Kwesi Devines, said they've collaborated with the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development and the Division of Food Production, Forestry and Fisheries to ensure Tobago is prepared as much as possible should a disaster occur. He urged Tobagonians to desist from littering, as this will defeat the purpose of the drainage works undertaken by the division.
The 2-story Joie de Vivre villa was completely renovated in 2004. The structure now features seamless indoor and outdoor living and incorporates local wood and fabrics into its design, which complement its spectacular views. And speaking of the outdoors, the hunting season kicked off on October 1st this year. This means people with permits can hunt, but not all the wildlife or forested areas are fair game, so hunters were briefed on all the do's and the don'ts. Omodara Mills has more.
The hunting season is now open. Hunters can purchase up to 3 permits at $100 each. Hunting without a license is illegal. The state game license allows hunters to kill or capture wildlife such as iguana, agouti, wild hog, tattoo, and Sally Painter. In Tobago, a symposium was held recently to brief hunters on regulations in an effort to encourage environmental sustainability.
We are asking you all to hunt in an environmentally responsible manner with little or no damage inflicted on trees and animals. So when you're out there and you're hunting, try not to cut down the bushes and make big path space. Just leave like a hunter's track, because we all know the hunter's track is like basically a little walkway where you all can pass and go. Never set fires to drive animals out of their homes and hiding place, because when you do this, the one goner you're trying to catch could result in other animals dying as well.
In the wild, hunters should practice good hygiene when slaughtering, cleaning, and storing wild meat. They are advised to carry a sharp knife, clean water, hand sanitizer, and clean plastic bags. A good cooler with ice packs should also be kept handy.
Don't leave dead animals exposed to the elements for long periods after they are killed, because when this happens, they get spoiled, and then when you consume it, you can get sick, or if you sell it to persons as well, they can get ill. So you try to, when you have your catch, you try to clean it up as fast as possible. Come out of the bush and try to clean it up as fast as possible.
Hunting is permitted in the forest reserve between 5 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. daily. However, wildlife sanctuaries like St. Giles Island and Little Tobago are off limits. There are also rules that govern the closed season between April 1st and September 30th.
Please desist from training young dogs, as hunters will say, okay, the dogs are 7 months now, and we could give them a run before the season open. It's a no-no, right? Because you are pregnant animals, and why the season has been closed is for the regeneration of the stock for the future.
The hunting season runs from the 1st of October to the last day of February of the following year. Hunting is prohibited in March. That month should be used to consume or sell wild meat left over from the hunting season. I am Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
The first floor has 3 ensuite bedrooms that open up onto the balcony. The louvered windows encourage the flow of the shoreline breeze through these rooms. So if you want to keep cool at night, air conditioning is only optional. Now, cooperatives across the country recently observed Credit Union Month. This year, one major focus was giving young people a head start through a special youth conference. Here's more in this report.
Find your platinum lining in credit unions. That was the theme of the youth conference hosted by the Tobago chapter of the Cooperative Credit Union League of Trinidad and Tobago. The conference kick-started the League's nationwide month of activities.
Take advantage of your opportunities as youth. For it is those opportunities that you take advantage of now that will shape you into the persons and the leaders that this country needs to lead us and direct us in the future.
The young people in attendance have also been encouraged to participate in team exercises.
You work together, you pool your resources, and at the end of the day you realize that the outcome is much more productive and much more value-add than if you did it individually.
Feature speaker of the event, Assemblyman Ansel Dennis, says the students all have the ability to lead positively.
Going down the road and meeting a senior citizen who may need some sort of assistance, or being aware of a senior citizen in your community who is living alone and making a decision maybe every Saturday to visit that person for half an hour just to chat or watch some wares, or we'll talk about the good old days and hear some of those good stories of the past. That is in fact leadership. So I'm saying to all of us, all of you, wherever you sit, or wherever you operate on a daily basis, you have the capacity to lead.
International Credit Union Day was celebrated on October the 18th. It's an initiative of the Credit Union National Association and the World Council of Credit Unions. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
Staff in the health sector are taking the lead in promoting wellness in Tobago through their Biggest Loser initiative. We'll tell you more about it right after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You are watching Let's Talk Tobago and we're at Villa Joie de Vivre. Now the main living area is on the ground floor. It's got a home entertainment system and comfortable modern furnishings whether you're dining in or just kicking back. Now this next story is about staying active. Staff at the Canaan Health Center were all vying to be the biggest loser while encouraging clients to adopt healthier lifestyles. Crystal George explains.
Losing weight is a struggle unique to each person. For some people, the pounds begin to drop off with extra trips to the gym or by cutting back on junk food. For others, the results of diet and exercise don't come quickly enough. To lead by example, staff at the Canaan Health Center took up the challenge using themselves as testimonies that hard work pays off.
The program, The Biggest Losers, is a program that was born between both the Tobago, the Nutrition Department of the Tobago Regional Health Authority in collaboration with the Canaan Health Center. This initiative, we thought, was to do three things. One, to promote healthier lifestyle. Two, to promote positive role models to our colleagues and clients. And three, to promote healthy workplace habits.
Regular checkups will help you stay informed about the status of your health. So the staff are happy they embarked on this weight loss initiative.
Prior to this initiative, embarking on this initiative, we all had to do a medical. And having done the medical, we recognize that many of us, a few of us has medical problems. It tells me, and I'm sure it has been speaking to all of us, that caring for patients, we need to care for ourselves as well.
Health is everyone's business, and the employees at the Canaan Health Center are hoping their journey over the past 6 months is the start of something bigger on the island.
We in Canaan, we purpose to have this continued, and I pray God that all our health centers within Tobago adopt this because of the fact high blood pressure and diabetes and other lifestyle diseases doesn't only belong to Canaan Health Center, but it belongs to the entire Tobago.
The challenge ran from April to September, with participants working out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
Joie de Vivre sports quality finishings. The large kitchen is equipped with modern appliances if you are craving that home-cooked meal. And if you don't want to do it yourself, a personal chef is available to cater to your culinary needs. Now it's not easy to lose a family member or friend, especially to a terminal disease. So in honor of World Palliative Day, loved ones of those who received palliative care in Tobago gathered in memory of the people they lost. Here's more. A candle symbolizes light in the midst of darkness. Lit in the times of death, it signifies light in another realm. So several residents lit candles to remember their loved ones they've lost to cancer and patients who accessed palliative care in Tobago in the past 2 years. It was the Tobago Regional Health Authority, the TRHA's way of celebrating World Palliative Day. To date, over 700 home visits have been conducted since the unit was formed in 2014.
Countless emotional supports provided via the telephone, in addition to the provision of nutritional supplements, adult diapers, oxygen lines and masses, tanks, commodes, and other home care items to some 350 families throughout Tobago.
Palliative care is specialized medical care for people with serious illness. It provides relief from the symptoms of a serious illness. The goal is to improve quality of life for both the patient and the family.
There is hope, and there is hope in Jesus. Yeah? And I pray God's sustaining faith that God will keep you as you go back in those memory times. And you sit and you look at the pictures and you might hold up a dress or hold up a pants or something and the tears may fall. But God's peace God's peace that will keep your mind on Him.
And the representatives of the families also showed their gratitude to the unit.
I just want to say a word of thanks to the palliative care unit for helping us out in our most difficult time. I think it is a wonderful thing they're doing.
I especially want to say thanks because just before her passing, the nurses called me and told me what to expect. And they guided me through the process for when that time should come.
I believe that you are doing the work of God Almighty Himself in caring for the loved ones and all family members and relatives and friends of people who have passed on from this dreaded disease. I want to encourage you to keep on doing the work that you're doing because you're very special people.
World Palliative Care Day is celebrated on the second Saturday of October every year. This year's theme is Palliative Care Because I Matter. Outdoors is very inviting too. A large pool deck made of solid green heartwood centers on the infinity saltwater pool. There's also a garden at the back of the villa where you can lounge in the shade and even pick bananas and avocados when they're in season. We move now to Mason Hall for the most recent installment of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Town Meeting. Have a look at this story.
But these unruly...
School safety and poor customer service from officers were two of the issues raised at the latest police town meeting in Tobago. Officers visited the community of Mason Hall to connect with residents and hear their complaints and recommendations.
I am dissatisfied with the kind of treatment that I get when I go to the Scarborough charge room. If I go to any other police station on the island, I am told to go back to Scarborough. I live by myself. I have a situation at my home where my neighbor's son is breaking into my premises and sleeping in my downstairs.
Whenever you all are dissatisfied with a report, you have the police handle the report, right? First of all, ask to see the person in charge of the station, okay? And if you are not getting satisfaction, you come straight to us. We'll deal with it.
During the meeting, evening school patrols were suggested as a way to help children get home safely.
What I like to see on evenings when school over, if we can have patrols because the school children, both secondary and primary.
What we do or what we try to do, we have officers assigned to each district. We may have 2 or 3 officers that visit schools. We have, sometimes they may do patrol in the evening. We have mobile patrol where they go out and try to get the children out.
And Mason Hall police officers are earning praise for helping to ensure the safety of a community business.
I want to give kudos to some of the officers in the Mason Hall area. Now, my wife and son, we have a small supermarket in Sandy River. And once those guys are on duty, they make certain and pass. Everything okay? Yes. They come back when it's closing time. They will stick around, make sure that we lock up, and secure my wife to go home.
The community meetings being held by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service are aimed at building trust between the police and residents, which will strengthen their efforts to fight crime. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
We have to take a break, but when we return, the popular root crop dasheen is in the spotlight. That's coming up next. Stay with us.
Tropicus Beach Hotel has been in existence since 1979. Our mandate is to be the #1 tourism product here in Tobago. We achieve this through the high quality service from our staff, through continuous upgrade of our plant, which include the rooms and our grounds. Our guests on leaving are totally satisfied and they always promise that they would return. I'm Anderson McPhee, General Manager of Tropicus Beach Hotel, and tourism is all a wee thing.
We continue with our Eat Local series. This week it's the ever-popular dasheen, a starchy root vegetable that turns blue when cooked. In our next story, Omadara Mills tells us of the many health benefits of this popular root crop. Here's more.
Dasheen is so popular in Tobago, it has its own dedicated celebration, the Blue Food Festival. It's an annual event where people sample and buy dasheen-based delicacies such as cakes, cookies, pies, bread, ice cream, punch de crème, and even wine. Here, no part of the crop is wasted. Caribbean people use its leaves to make kalaloo, a popular tasty side dish. Every bit of a dasheen is nutritious.
You have manganese, you have magnesium, you have potassium, all of those nutrients which are required for the body are in dasheen.
Dasheen is usually grown in moist or wet areas where there's a constant flow of water. When cooked, the dasheen turns blue. According to Ms. Williams, dasheen has another distinguishing feature.
We have here on the island so many produce that could really heal us. What stands out for dasheen for me is the fact that dasheen has something called thiamine, and that's a vitamin B1. And vitamin B1 really is used to break down carbohydrates. How amazing is that?
This ground provision also helps to balance the blood glucose levels in the body.
Once you have a food where the body takes a while to break down the carbohydrates, it's a safe food to eat, especially if you're diabetic, because you are using up the glucose that will be released in the blood very slowly, so your body could absorb it, so your body could regulate insulin as it should, rather than be spiked and your insulin be out of control.
Both the leaves and the root of the dasheen should be cooked thoroughly before eating. This helps to reduce the toxins in this root crop. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Joie de Vivre is all about the experience. The serenity and amenities are meant to help you relax and move at your own pace. If that pace is out and about, it's a great starting point for your next Tobago adventure via land or sea. Now this, for the past 20 years, Tobago has been home to the Blue Food Festival. It's a day to sample and savor the culinary creativity on the island, whether you're a local or just visiting. Our cameras were at this year's celebrations at Bloody Bay to bring you these highlights.
I got in the Blue Food. What kind of number you calling me from, man? Enjoy myself in the Blue Food, man. The Blue Food happening, Mikey. What's going on?
That's one of the many excited patrons that attended this year's Blue Food Festival in Bloody Bay. The festival is one of the major events on Tobago's annual activities calendar, and in 2018, organizers celebrated its 20th anniversary. Some of Tobago's top culinary minds took on the challenge of creating the most mouth-watering dishes using dasheen, including cake, pone, dumplings, and the popular root crop also starred as a star side dish along pork and even wild meat. The festival continues to be a favorite among locals and visitors alike.
It's really, really nice. It's so nice to see all the different Tobago foods in one place, and you could just walk around and try different foods.
I like the idea of this signage coming to the festival, and so far the crowd is building. So I think that this is an improvement.
Come to Blue Food. Blue Food is great. A lot of excitement, a lot of food, a lot of things to see, and you will enjoy it.
Patrons brave the inclement weather just to have a good time, enjoying live performances from local and regional acts. The Blue Food Festival is hosted annually by the Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation to promote tourism in Tobago and to create exposure for the Bloody Bay community. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's now time to have Your Say, the segment of our program where we hear from you, the viewers. We'll now have a look at who had their say this week.
Alright, so we're here with Miss Jordan right now. So we're here with Bruce right now. So we're here with Brent right now. We're asking Mr. Philip. And we're asking who's Winchester. I can't talk great.
Well, to be honest, my mind hasn't been on the hurricane season, especially that we haven't been under any recent threats of any sort. But now that I've been duly reminded, I will ensure that my house is secure, my roof, my windows, my doors. I will also ensure that my pantry is stocked with food items that my family can be fed if we are faced with any disaster.
Make sure we understand what the meaning of hurricane. It's not one place alone hurricane does destroy. Hurricanes are very serious.
We're making sure that the windows are secure and I have tin food stuff in the house.
I'm doing everything that is possible. I know the rules, I know what I have to do.
I'm not really from here, so I'm not accustomed to hurricanes. So the only thing I know is I will get updates from the website, ODPM I think, and text from my colleagues and information from my colleagues.
Take precaution and stop. Let us using this word every year constantly that God is a Trinity. Nothing will happen to us. We, at all time, we have to take precaution and listen to the TV, the radio, read the newspaper, follow up all the patterns about the hurricane because you never know what could happen.
Start by ensuring that I have all canned foods and water, ensuring that my documents are in plastic wrap and high above the ground, making sure that electricity I don't run out of. So I have a lot of rechargeable lamps and fans at home.
It's something that happens yearly, and so we need to prepare ourselves so that when the time comes around, we're not harmed. All the instructions that are given, please take them, like what you do about your surrounding and your waterfall and these sort of things. It's very important. So I think Tobagonians should understand that, and they say your health is your wealth, and then your wealth is your safety.
We close yet another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like our Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For more information on Villa Joie de Vivre, you can contact Caribbean Estate Land and Villas at 639-5263 or visit their website at www.realestatetobago.com. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and very productive week. We leave you with a montage of the Blue Food Festival. We do hope you enjoy.
Let's go. Everybody don't get it back away here, yo. Recession. Promote a fit. How we go party? One thing I need, one thing I need. Hold on, it's treasury. We're jamming.
Bloody Bay, let them hear you in Trinidad. I want them here in Trinidad.
I said the economy.
Good watch.
Fall down.
Bloody Bay,
From the